Good morning. Good morning. Welcome back. This is Bookeemonsters. My name is PK, and we are here to look at new releases. It is Tuesday, December 12th, 12/12/23. I hope you are easing into your morning. Good morning, Mary. Happy Tuesday. No snow this morning? Okay, just a heavy frost that made the grass white and crunchy. Sunny and not a cloud in the sky. Happy day. Oh, very nice. We had some rain yesterday in December. And having a Christmas lunch with meeting friends today at the local steakhouse that has delicious food, saving space for dessert. Absolutely. Oh, have a good time. I bet it's going to be a blast. Friends and they have the same interests. That is great. We used to do that. All righty. Well, we are here to look at mysteries because it's Tuesday. Some websites haven't really updated, so we'll see what we can get to today. Um, there are sprints tonight at 6:05 Mountain Time, 8:05 Eastern, and tomorrow morning we'll be here at the same time looking at romances. So, just a heads up on that. Let's go to this one. I think we already looked at this one, didn't we? Because of the name. Yep. The Final Curtain by Kiego Higashino. Translation. Confounding murder in Tokyo is connected to the mystery of the disappearance and death of Detective Kaga's own mother. A decade ago, Tokyo police detective Kyoichiro Kaga went to collect the ashes of his recently deceased mother. Years before, she ran away from her husband and son without explanation or any further contact, only to die alone in an apartment far away, leaving her estranged son with many unanswered questions. Now in Tokyo, Mishiko Oshitani is found dead many miles from home, strangled to death, left in an empty apartment rented under a false name by a man who has disappeared without a trace. Oshitani lived far away in Sendai with no known connection to Tokyo, and neither her family nor her co-workers have any idea why she was there. Hers is the second suspicious death in that part of Tokyo. The other was a homeless man killed and his body burned in a tent by the river. As the police search through Oshitani's past for any clue that might shed some light, one of the detectives reaches out to Detective Kaga for advice. As the case unfolds, an unexpected connection emerges between the shocking murders now and the long ago secret of Detective Kaga's missing mother. That is the Final Curtain. The Lace Widow. I'm not sure. Good question. And I have, I think, quite a few bingo cards. I could squeeze it in, but I really don't need any more. So I'm wondering if I should just sit it out and let others have better chances. Not that I ever really win, but yeah, very good question. If you don't mind, for about 20 seconds, I need to hop off screen and close the French door. Keo was outside, but he just came inside, so I'll be right back. You can probably still hear me. He wanted out at the last minute, so I had to leave that door open, but it's too cold to let it stay open. Alrighty, so The Lace Widow by Molly Ann Cox. New York, 1804. America's beloved Alexander Hamilton lies dead after a duel with Aaron Burr. Meanwhile, Eliza Hamilton's 18-year-old son Alexander Jr. Was seen fighting with a man in a tavern the night before his father's duel and quickly comes under suspicion for murder when the man turns up dead. Eliza searches for ways to clear her son's name even as she is grieving, but as she combs through her late husband's papers, she finds evidence of a plot to steal money from the government during his tenure as Secretary of State. Hamilton was accused of stealing that money, and it was a scandal that almost broke the family. But is Eliza now holding proof of Alexander's innocence? Deep in debt and despair, with 8 children to support, Eliza turns to selling her handmade lace and is drawn into a mysterious network of widow lace makers who are intimately connected to New York's high society families. They know their dead husband's secrets, and soon Eliza begins to piece together the truth. There's a dark plot connected with the duel, as one by one, witnesses to the bout are being killed. Now, Eliza must not only clear her husband's and son's name, but keep herself out of the killer's sights. That sounds really interesting. I prefer more UK oriented historical mysteries, but that sounds really interesting to me. Hey, Annalise, you want me to play bingo? It might be hard to kind of juggle on my lap. We'll see. Hi, Annalise. So great to see you here. Bingo, bingo, bingo. The chat goes up. I agree. Hope you're having a great day. Yes, hope you're having a good day over there. Let's get rid of this banner. Good afternoon. Where There's Smoke by E.B. Vickers. This is a young adult mystery. 18-year-old Callie finds herself alone after the loss of her father until a bruised and broken girl shows up on her property, forcing her to face the present, rethinking her future, and unearth the skeletons of her own past. Life has never been easy in the small desert town of Harmony, but even on the day Callie Christopher buries her father, she knows she is surrounded by people who care about her. But after the funeral, when everyone has finally gone home, Callie discovers a girl on her property, a girl who's dirty and bruised, unable to speak, and petrified. Callie keeps the girl's secret, well, almost secret. She calls her Ash and begins to nurture her back to health, but word spreads in a small town, and soon a detective comes around asking questions about a missing girl from another town. But these only raise more questions about Ash and the people Callie knows well. Still, she must ask, is Ash in danger, or is she the danger? Well, apparently very good question. All right, Snowfall by Jim Davidson. Oh, Snowfall in Virginia. Hey, very timely. This came out in October. Storm Warning. That also came out in October. What is going on? We've lost the ability to read the calendar. This one comes out in January. Well, I don't really trust this site right now. And one of these other sites that I do doesn't have this week's mysteries listed yet. We have one other website, and then we'll go back to Cozies. Got a Death in Tokyo. It's a romance mystery police. Bombay Monsoon, a historical thriller. Came out last week. This is by James W. Ziskin. I'm familiar with the name. And this is sad. It's called a historical thriller, and it's in 1975. Oh, that's wrong. The last thing Danny wants to see published is his obituary. The year is 1975. Danny Jacobs is an ambitious young American journalist who's just arrived in Bombay for a new assignment. He's soon caught up in the chaos of Prime Minister Indira Gandhi's domestic emergency. Willie Smets is Danny's enigmatic expat neighbor. He's a charming man, but with suspicious connections. As a monsoon drenches Bombay, Danny falls hard for Shushmita, Smets' beguiling and clever lover, and the infatuation is mutual. The emergency, a virtual coup by the Prime Minister, is only the first twist in the high stakes drama of Danny's new life in India. The assassination of a police officer by a Marxist extremist, as well as Danny's obsession with the inscrutable Sushmita, conspire to put his career and life in jeopardy. And of course, the temptations of Willie Smith's seductive personality sits squarely at the heart of the matter. That sounds very much like one of my favorite movies, The Year of Living Dangerously. Alright, we looked at that one. Death in the Woods, Emergency, Kiss of Fire, historical, science fiction. No Way Out. Here's one. Alrighty, this is No Way Out by Kara Hunter, third in the D.I. Adam Foley series. Old stuff. It's one of the most disturbing cases D.I. Adam Foley has ever worked. It's Christmas in Oxford, and firefighters have pulled two children from the smoking ruin of their home. The mystery deepens when it becomes clear that the parents are nowhere to be found. Why were the children left in the house alone? Why is neither parent answering their phone? Were they kidnapped, murdered? From the start, D.I. Foley, still reeling from his own personal tragedy, knows that this house fire is the scene of a crime, not an accident. Then new evidence comes to light and confirms the team's worst suspicions. The blaze was arson. Who would have torched a seemingly happy family's home on Christmas? As D.I. Foley and his team of detectives sift through evidence, old tensions and new problems in the family are slowly revealed. Something terribly out of the ordinary has happened, and the truth slowly begins to reveal itself. ... Oh, I knew Patricia Cornwell. I enjoy her books. Annalise, I'm good, but have the oh no, flu with a fever. I never stay still. How are you? Oh, you need to take care. Get lots of rest. Yep, Mary says it. Rest and fluids. Take care of yourself. Sending lots of healing vibes your way. Absolutely. I know, 1975. That was only 30 years ago, right? Yes, it is a good time for Audible. Just close your eyes, listen, sleep when you need to. Oh, coffee is required. Sorry about that. Yeah, I thought that we had looked at that. Well, now it's gone. Okay. We'll look at that Murder She Wrote on with more cozies. Looked at Final Curtain, The Lace Widow. Wolf Trap by Connor Sullivan, a thriller spy. Yeah, we're probably starting to hit the doldrums here as we head into the Christmas season, a little bit closer to Christmas. But you know me, I like to check out the spy stuff. Let's see. Set a trap, see who comes. Under the direction of the Special Activities Center in the Operations Directorate of the CIA, that's an awful. Over 300 highly trained agents operate in the darkest shadows of the country's covert wars. Plucked from the highest echelons of America's special mission units, these individuals go through rigorous training by the agency to perfect the arts of assassination, sabotage, infiltration, and guerrilla warfare. But the U.S. doesn't do assassination. According to the United States government, this ground branch of the CIA does not exist. But when diplomacy and military intervention fails, the President of the United States calls upon it to solve America's most dangerous crimes. Brian Rome, a former ground branch paramilitary officer, thought his time within this elite group was over, but now he's on a desperate race against time around the globe as he confronts the traumas of his past and unravels a deadly conspiracy that threatens the highest levels of American democracy. Mm-mm. Let's land here for a moment. I'm going to close some tabs. Because they're in my way. Was it in Insiders where we saw that one? No. Okay. Terribly, terribly confused. And this one still won't update. It still only has last week. It doesn't have this week. Somebody took a vacation. Alrighty. Alrighty. Let's go back to the cozies for the last 5 minutes here. We ended on that one. So books that are out tomorrow. So they say. Carol of Witches, Book 18 by Carolyn Ritter Aspenson. Only 73 pages. In the picturesque town of Holiday Hills, every snowflake that falls has a touch of magic, and every resident has a quirky secret or two. This year, the most awaited event is Bessie's annual Christmas Carol Night, where magicals from near and far come together to sing enchanting carols crafted by a rare and ancient family spell that can only be conjured once a year. But the first snowflake settled on the doorstep of the enchanted, as the blah blah blah, the town's beloved bookshop and coffee house, Bessie discovers that the charmed carol sheets have vanished. Without these magical notes, Christmas in Holiday Hills will be silent for the first time in centuries, etc., etc. But it happens quickly because it's only 73 pages. Oh, I've set him back here. Mystery done. Murder at the Motel by Beth Dagner. Fourth in the Nightmare, Arizona Paranormal Cozy Mysteries. Fear, flooding, and family in Nightmare, Arizona. Murder hits close to home for Olivia Kendrick when her annoying neighbor at Cowboys Corral Motor Lodge turns up dead. Did one of the other guests hold a grudge against Leonard Evers? But even while Even while she's eyeing a few shady suspects, Olivia can't help but blame herself. Maybe she really is a conjurer, and maybe she accidentally killed her downstairs neighbor with magic. With the help of her supernatural friends at Nightmare Sanctuary Haunted House, Olivia will spy on a plumber, get an eerie prediction from a psychic, and face veiled threats. At the same time, Olivia's jerk boss, Damien Shackelford, learns a secret that will change the way he thinks of his family forever. Olivia must help Damien deal with the life altering news even while she tries to find the killer. Bucatini Bomber by Nicolette Pierce, 6 in the Jade Summer Mysteries. The only mystery in Jade's life is opening the unmarked boxes at her new house. She's promised Logan, her fiance, she's done with the mob and ready to start a life with him. But when a bomber descends on Chicago and kidnaps a friend, Jade is thrust into brewing war between mob families. To save her, as fun, yeah. To save herself and everyone she loves, she needs to stop the bomber before it's too late, but he's good at hiding in the shadows. Between the bomber, mob war, and her own family skirmishes, Jade finds herself cornered. Can she stop the bomber before all is lost? Recipe for Revenge. A burglary, a new romance, and a missing person. There's never a dull moment for April May, Laurel Lake's newest town reporter. This is by Hazel Smith, second in the April May Cozy Mystery series. Especially when the Rob store burns to the ground and the cantankerous owner is presumed dead. Theories run wild from the coffee shop to the craft club, where April still can't crochet to save her life. I get it. Until strange sightings and a threatening note plunge this big city girl turned small town sleuth into a thickening plot of intrigue. It would be easier to sniff out the clues with the help of her foster dog Ralph, but only suspicious strangers suddenly turned up to claim him. With the comfort and help of her new friends and the handsome vet in town, April discovers curious connections between Ralph's owner, recent events, and her mysterious past. When a close call puts her sweetheart in the hospital, April has to race against time to find out who has cooked up this recipe for revenge. Unless she finds the culprit quickly, April may not end up in the hospital, but in the morgue. That was this book. Sorry, I must be discombobulated. But we are out of time. Okay. Nice and jazzy. Oh no! Go back to there for a minute. We're having tech. It's not Mercury retrograde, is it? It's coming up. I know it's coming up. Oh, the political ads. Yeah. There we go. Now we're back. Okay. Oh, I tell you. That's a little too quick. Here we go. All right. A little disorganized, but we got through it. So I hope you have a very good Tuesday. Again, we're having sprints tonight at 6:05 Mountain Time, 8:05 Eastern. It'll go for 2.5 hours. Bring your own book, work on a project, or just close your eyes and meditate. It's entirely your time carved out for you to do what makes you happy. And it's okay to do that for yourself a couple times a week. I know it's the busy season, but it's okay to do that. Hope to see you both later. Meanwhile, thanks so much and take care of yourself, Annalise. Absolutely. Get some rest. This too will pass. But as the banner says, don't be a bookworm, be a bookie monster. Nom nom nom. Have a good day and God bless.